Welcome to the Do It All Dad Here podcast, what Gen X parents understand. Dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. Controlling our kids with comedy can make our kids great again. And this is episode 106. The greatest moderate Muslim of all time. Can I get a holla for an unapologetic, fearless, in-your-face, 1-2 killer punch headline in honor of the great late Muhammad Ali? Holla! It's a great documentary on HBO about Ali that inspired this episode. And how can I not talk about the greatest moderate Muslim of all time in the age of Rashida Tlaib and Babyface Omar? In particular, Rashida Tlaib, Kweli, sucker off or wannabe. Rashida Tlaib claims Palestine, meaning Israel. But let's entertain it for a second. Rashida Tlaib claims Palestine was a safe haven for Holocaust survivors after World War II. How much hashish are you smoking, bitch? Also, I want to know, who is your supplier? You are smoking stronger stuff than hashish. I've been to Amsterdam. I've tried the stuff from Nepal. Made my body a little numb. I don't know what you're on. Are you smoking Angel Dust, Holmes? What are you on exactly, Rashida Tlaib? That's what I want to know. Palestine was a safe haven for Holocaust survivors after World War II. Yeah, and Roger Waters is constantly giddy about David Gilmour's success without him. Can I get a holla for a awesome, topical Pink Floyd, fuck you in the ass, Roger reference, Jews or aliens, whatever you gotta say, because you made space acid rock music, all inspired by Syd Barrett. Holla! Hey, Roger Waters, did you record Momentary Lapse of Reason? No! Were you involved in Division Bell? No! Oh, great, you wrote The Wall about your father that died in World War II. How about being happy? How about being happy about the fact that he actually fought against Nazi persecution? Actually, why would you really be happy about that, knowing how much you love radical jihadists like Babyface Omar and Rashida? I really wish I could blow Tlaib Kweli any time of the day, 8 days a week. Tlaib Kweli. Oh, he's such an intellectual. He's a more literate Nas. He's boring. And no one knows who he is outside of New York and LA. Trump's a Nazi, and what? And Glorious Bastards too. Make Nazi Germany great again was his campaign slogan, dude. Obama ruined everything. Eminem used to be hilarious. Now, what do we got to hear? Oh, apparently your ego wasn't so secure. You can't deal not being the number one big swinging dick in the social media fueled universe. Then you gotta jump on top of the, oh, Trump is a Nazi, blah, blah, blah. Hey, historical note. When Trump bought Mar-a-Lago, he, in fact, lifted the lifetime ban on Jewish membership. Slim on fact shady. Can I get another holla for a super fueled, fired up Friday special? Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time, He celebrated his rematch victory against Frazier over ice cream sundaes with Malcolm X. Muhammad Ali accused Howard Cosell of air pollution, which is hilarious. Greatest moderate Muslim of all time. And he did this. He playfully made fun of the great late Howard Cosell, insisting that whenever he had anything of any negative consequence in relation to the great Ali, he would say, Howard Cosell, every time you open your mouth, you cause air pollution, which is hilarious. Instead of insinuating that Howard Cosell's support of Israel's existence wasn't all about the Benjamins, despite the fact that Puff Daddy wasn't born yet, and that expression didn't exist and didn't go pre-viral, because viral didn't really exist during the age of Puff either. Ali didn't push for boycotts of Israel. Ali would have been against the Iran deal. He knows what evil motherfuckers are running Iran. He wouldn't gift Iran on his way out the door. He wouldn't say, well, we're going to give Iran hundreds of billions of dollars for overseas manufacturing jobs. That's why Obama's doing it. For overseas manufacturing jobs. For overseas U.S. manufacturing jobs. Obama's like, I got a wand. I'm going to give Iran $150 billion for overseas manufacturing jobs for Build-A-Bear. So Iran's economy can get a piece and be less reliant on the sale of hair removal products for the Kardashians. Can I get another holla for my super rich, divine blessed, super chosen, call it arrogant racist, I don't give a fuck. We're chosen to make the knowledge of one Lord, one God available to all. Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. Ali didn't accuse the great writer, humorless, yet still great writer, journalist Norman Mailer of trying to silence powerful Muslim voices, or else why bother reporting on the Thriller in Manila? Ali was chummy with Dustin Hoffman, for Christ's sake, and he didn't devalue Kramer versus Kramer, or the movie The Graduate, by insisting both movies were about some big-nosed heeb who did something he had no business doing, such as thinking that you could date Meryl Streep and be a big-nosed Jew and get away with divorcing her, and think that you're not going to be damned to hell on earth, and that, that's not, punishable by death, and that some big-nosed Jew who plays a druggy, gay, pimpy degenerate and midnight cowboy thinks he could just bang and do something in the form of Mel Brooks' wife in The Graduate, Anne Bancroft. I don't think so. Muhammad Ali was boys with Dustin Hoffman. He was happy with his relationship with him. Again, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. He didn't judge the fact that Dustin Hoffman used to share women with the Sun. Inside Baseball from LA. Thanks to my old boss, Mark Heller. Can I get a holla for good old Mark Heller, Spike Care, actually related to Yitzhak Rabin? I call him the Jewish Kennedy. Holla! You don't understand the Yitzhak Rabin reference? Well, go fuck yourself, Rashida Tlaib, because that is an A+ Kennedy reference homage. Holla! You don't have any Palestinian heroes, do you? Who do you got, Arafat? Good luck. Come back next time when you got a moderate Muslim that I should give a shit about outside of the greatest besides Muhammad Ali. Can I get another holla? the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. Holla! Ali was friends with Sammy Davis Jr. after he converted to Judaism. Like a more personable Rod Carew. That's for you, Adam Sandler. The Golden Jewel with the Hanukkah song. You couldn't write that in a million years, Babyface Omar. So I'm going to give a holla for some Adam Sandler Golden Chew comedy, making it rain, money for everyone. Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. He kept fighting past his prime to give money back. He said, I'm going to quote, on this earth, you pay rent. My service to others in this earth is for rent in heaven above. Can I get a holla for the super poetic, funnier than Richard Pryor, never a crackhead, freebasing, blew himself up from drug degenerate, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time, Muhammad Ali. Holla! What's my name? Muhammad Ali, greatest moderate Muslim of all time. Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. He never called Hitler a great man. Ali cited funny, truthful poetry about floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. He wouldn't give any credence to a fake news dossier about golden showers and Trump being in love with Russian hookers and pee. Can I get a holla for my own amazing improv rhyming ability in real time, thanks to the one and only Almighty above? Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. He even made Dick Cavett come across as less interesting than usual. Can I get a holla on my flowy dump on how the fuck did Dick Cavett ever have a career? Because he obviously had no competition. Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. If he was alive today, with Nelson Mandela, they would ensure all of the white farmers in South Africa would not be murdered at such an accelerated rate, and they would make sure that this story would get more than just a standalone plug on Michael Savage. Can I get a holla for him? Giving some love, throwing some generous love, because I'm on a greedy heap, to Michael Savage. Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time, appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated not once, but twice, but 38 times. Good luck competing with that goat-herder beer conjuring LeBron James. 38 times, and not once did he feel Sports Illustrated was trying to fulfill a Muslim forced diversity quota out of fear of offending militant Malcolm X before his pilgrimage to Mecca. Can I get a holla for a mouthful of hilarity, awesome references, old and new? Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. Ali never declared Islam the greatest religion of all time, insisting, you better recognize, or else, infidel, that means chosen people my ass, Cosell. Can I get a raise the roof holla? Because I am so on fire because I was chosen to do this podcast and pay homage to the greatest moderate Muslim voice of all time. Holla! You could only hope to contain him, folks. Muhammad Ali was the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. He climbed around with the Beatles, and not once did he accuse them of exploiting the pure, good, natured humanity of Chuck Berry's catalog for all it's worth. Can I get a holla for actually making Chuck Berry sound like the non-scumbag, predatory man that he was? Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time, famously declared, Muhammad Ali, no Viet Cong ever tried to kill me. Not Trump banned for knocking off Somalian jihadists with drones in the name of poetic justice. Can I get another holla for Babyface Omar? You can handle the tsunami of truth bombs. Holla! Muhammad Ali, the greatest moderate Muslim of all time. What? Ali wasn't accusing Israel of ethnic cleansing before Palestinian suicide bombers left Netanyahu no choice but to build his people the wall. Can I get a final holla for some fuck you, Roger Waters? Your legacy is over. You're a kook. You miss your father. We get it. Holla! This is the Do It All Daddy Your podcast. By the way, Roger Waters, you come across as more whinier and more hysterical than like the worst self-loathing Jew of all time. This is the Do It All Daddy Your podcast. Dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. I'm not comfortably numb like all these other self-hating Jews that still read the New York Times, my parents included. You're all a disgrace! Every single one of you. I respect none of your opinions until you experience an attitude adjustment sometime before you say your last dying words. So much for ending on a upbeat, triumphant, superpowered note, but Rashida Tlaib, Babyface Omar, Roger Waters, you're all off the list. Not that you were ever on the list. Roger Waters hasn't been on the list for a while, but I do hate myself. For one night, I was stizzed, and I was being lazy-brained, and I said, put us in them. I have a sentimental attachment to it. I hate myself for it. I still haven't seen Apocalypto. I've been very firm in my stance, my anti-Mel Gibson stance. Fuck you, Joe Rogan. Fuck you, Will Ferrell, for trying to normalize Mel, humanize Mel. He's got like $100 million in the bank. Doesn't need humanizing, okay? So he still only here last call from the bathroom stall. So coked out, crazy, Jew-hating loser. As of right now, he's jerking off, that being Mel Gibson, to the idea of actually being anally probed by an anti-Semitic alien with Roger Waters touching himself for the privilege. This is Do It All Daddy Your podcast. Dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. What Gen X parents understand. Controlling our kids' economy can make our kids great again. Have a great weekend for all of you freedom-loving Americans. And fuck you, WordPress, for banning blogs and blog-listing blogs all of a sudden that are critical of Islam. You're off the list. I am not wasting my precious Gemry on your site no longer. Fun ride while it lasted. Congratulations for contributing to the complete groupthink decline of freedom of speech in this country. Just move your entire operation to Paris and England and have fun with your acid attacks. Have a great weekend. Go Bucks tonight. It's perfect poetic revenge for my brother deciding to completely annihilate his ex-fiance's heart, literally the week before their wedding, who's from Milwaukee. I'm convinced he's going to all these games. So, Marianne, I love you. And go Bucks tonight. Beat Mumblecore, Magic Kawhi. I love Milwaukee. Got nothing but God-loving stares for my children there. I would move to Milwaukee in a second. Only Milwaukee. You got a Bloody Mary? Hey, in case you feel a tad too dehydrated, we got a side beer compliments of the house. Go Milwaukee. Go Donald Trump. Go Israel. And Roger Waters, have fun in your Manhattan pad surrounded by Jews that still have a speck of respect, who will give you hate stares the rest of your miserable, pea-brained life. Talk to you guys soon.